Detroit's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Can't knock it down from the right block. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Pistons.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Then for the Knicks, Porzingis comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's a Flalo in for Langston Galloway. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Here's Booker. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And the Knicks miss again. Morris outside. It's Drummond with the drive. And yes, sir, that one drops. Drummond's got 5 points so far.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And a follow kicks to Freak. Here's Booker. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Knicks have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Aaron Baines comes in for Ilyasova. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Derek Williams, he checked in for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 7. To the inside. Pachulia with the steal. Here's Morris, but he stays with it. Back to Jackson. Launches a 3, and he gets it to go. Jackson's got 5 now.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
A different look for New York. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Trevor Booker. And the first half is now in the books. Pistons ahead. Ending the second quarter with a 13-4 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, yo!
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Check out the game for Pachulia. He's got 11 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Detroit. Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Marcus Morris is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's the screen. Jennings drives in. Ilyasova. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Jackson kicks to Ilyasova. Another miss by Ilyasova. Knicks trail by 5. Anthony drives in. Here's Porzingis, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Porzingis has got 8.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Jackson, and the pass to Drummond, and stolen by Afflalo. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. No good.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
Ilyasova, screen on Anthony. Jackson dishes to Morris. And he gets it to go. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Anthony, the pass to Freak. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And a follow wide open. He shoots. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
How about this run there in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Detroit on D after Aaron Aflalo getting his shot to go from deep.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Jennings, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Detroit. And a switch here also for New York. Booker, he's checked in for Porzingis. Lets a floater go. Jennings with the bucket. Jennings has got his third bucket of the night.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
And Aflalo kicks to Freak. Feeds it to Booker. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Jennings. Just 5 on the clock. Deep 2 from Anthony. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Morris. Detroit's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's Holiday. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 3 assists tonight. Knicks trail by 4. Freak kicks to Anthony. Pass to Freak. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Back to Aflalo. New York moving it around. Freak dishes to Anthony. And again, New York with the triple.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Now here's Jennings. 6 points for him. They set the pick. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Again, Jennings missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Pass to Anthony. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 16. Offensive rebound. Lopez kicks to Freak. Good on the three-point shot. And now a 6-point New York lead.
One aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
New York's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Anthony, the pass to Aflalo. Here's Freak, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And that's 10 points for Freak.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Jennings kicks to Holiday. Pulls up. And it would have counted had it fallen. But the fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome for the Pistons. Andre Drummond comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And it's Jennings in for Aaron Baines. And a new group in for the Knicks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Anthony comes in for Derek Williams. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Shelvin Mack. And Freak subbed in for Langston Galloway. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Aflalo in at the shooting guard position. And so here is New York following the miss by Jennings. It's stolen by Johnson. To the left wing, here's Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Pistons. Marcus Morris comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The Knicks leading by 22. Ahead, here's Aflalo. That one falls coming off Anthony's feed. 7 points for Aaron Aflalo.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, and so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
That's breathing a huge sigh of relief, guys. They're on their way to a win here, avoiding losing all 4 games of the season series.
Would have been a tough pill to swallow if they hadn't pulled it out.
You know, it always takes someone stepping up, and that happened here as well with some great numbers for Freak. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Now here's Lopez. Lopez a screen. Freak dishes to Lopez. Anthony no one around. Money from the wing. And the Knicks lead by 19.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
Now here's Freak. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
So no problem for New York as they get the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. That third quarter was his, and he did not hesitate to exert his will.
The assists were coming fast and furious for him, man. Always sharp, crisp passes that led to easy baskets. You gotta love to see him play like that.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then. Overall, great game.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoy.